Shavua Tov. I would like to share with you an idea that I was reading last night. After Avdallah, I looked up a book here, very interesting. I'm not going to get into the book, but I share with you in Halakha. It says in Leviticus and Vayikra, do not stand by while your neighbor's blood is shed. When we look literally in the pasuk, it says, do not stand upon your neighbor's blood. What does that mean? So the Talmud brings down an example. It says as follows, in the Talmud, in the Babylonian Talmud, it says, how do we know that if one sees someone drowning or attacked by robbers, one is obligated to save him? From the verse, this is the verse I just quoted, do not stand by while your neighbor's blood is shed. So we see that standing by while someone is in danger is considered a sin according to Jewish law and tradition. But when I look further in some of the documents, and I'll give you an example here, I found something that was written by Professor Mary Ann Glendon, which is a Harvard law professor. And one of the cases that the students in Harvard that are learning law are initiated with is the following. This is the case, hypothetical case. An Olympic swimmer out for a stroll walks by a swimming pool and sees an adorable toddler drowning in the shallow end. He could easily save her with no risk to himself. He's a swimmer, he's an Olympic swimmer. But instead, he pulls up a chair and looks on as she perishes. Glendon, this professor, writes that the object of this exercise is to prove to future lawyers that the athlete has violated no law, that indeed there is no peg in our legal system on which to hang a duty to rescue another person in danger. So what we consider as a duty, as a bystander, when somebody is in danger, the Torah tells us that we must go and help. In law, I'm not going to get into too much of law. Maybe there's a lawyer here that could elaborate a little bit. But in our...
I can elaborate, Rabbi. Under the Quebec Charter, there is an obligation to rescue someone if your life is not in danger. But the law typically doesn't want to, place a sort of a sanction on nonfeasance when you don't act when you could act. Right, so it's a very, very touchy issue. But under the Quebec Charter, there is some sort of an obligation.
There is something that's called the Good Samaritan, right?
Well, so it's under the Quebec Charter, really, that you have certain.
That's right.
You have certain obligation towards your fellow human being if your life is not in danger. If you can save them, then you might have an obligation.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Alan. I want to give one more example that's brought in the... One more example that's brought down in the Shulchan Aruch as someone that's be standing on a person's blood, your neighbor's blood. He says like this, an example. He or she who hears heathens or informers plotting to harm a person is obliged to inform the intended victim. If he's able to appease the perpetrator and deter him from the act, but does not do so, he has violated the law to do not stand by while your neighbor's blood is shed. So here's another example of our responsibility. As we know, if somebody could be harmed by someone else, we have the obligation